Happy birthday, Sonic Forces. Wait, hold on. Hello? Oh, it was a few weeks ago? You're kidding. Maybe I would have been on time if this game wasn't fucking dog shit. Why don't you fucking light up? For those of you wondering why I'm lighting a candle on a cup of yogurt rather than a cupcake or a cake, I am on a strict diet right now, and I'll be damned if I'm gonna sacrifice that diet for this fucking game. Happy birthday. This game officially is 7 years old. 2017 was a long time ago. The Nintendo Switch launched that year. Your boy was still in high school around that time. We witnessed one of the worst WWE Championship reigns in the last decade. Seriously, Vince, what the fuck were you thinking? And we were witnessing one of the greatest years in gaming history, getting banger after banger after banger. Unfortunately, Sonic Forces wasn't on that banger list, and ever since that day, loads of Sonic fans have been rightfully shitting on that game, myself included. I mean, I'm no saint. Look at my skin color.
And you know, around here, you know, nothing more than a cotton picking southern black.
However, we have a birthday game in the house here, guys. Come on. I know I'm late to the party, but just stay with me. I feel like being positive towards this game for once. And I'm gonna do that by listing out the top 10 levels in Sonic Forces. Hey. Do you like being shitted on your birthday? I didn't think so. Because this is Sonic Forces we're talking about, this list was a little difficult than I thought it was. So what do I think qualifies to be a good level in this game? It has to be fun, interesting, challenging, have interesting environments, and replayability. In other words, the next time I boot up this game, I want to immediately play that level again. If I'm being completely honest here, the next time I'm booting up this game is not for another 7 years. I'll tell you that much. For those who are curious, I played all these levels with the Burst Spawn and with the Bird avatar. I don't know if that will affect how much I enjoyed these levels, but I do not care about this game enough to mix and match to find out. Number 10, City Red Gate Bridge. Do bosses count as levels in video games? I don't know, you tell me. This level starts off with a cool spectacle of Sonic and the Custom Hero taking down one of the Eggman robots. This series is no stranger to adding spectacle within the gameplay, and Sonic Forces surprisingly has a lot of that, as I'll be showcasing that throughout this video. We then transition over to fighting one of Infinite's illusions of Metal Sonic on the Red Gate Bridge. Boom! Name dropped. The boss fight itself is pretty alright. I mean, it just consists of avoiding obstacles as Metal Sonic is trying to attack the player. The lightning showers Metal does, and this animation of Metal powering up midway through the fight visually looks pretty cool. I wish this boss had like a second phase to it, you know, like have one hero fight Metal Sonic in the first phase and have the other fight him in the second. It will make this boss battle last much longer, and there could have been the opportunity to flesh out Metal Sonic's attacks here, but making longer levels wasn't really the idea of making this game, now was it, Sega? Number 9, Metropolis No Space. Oh hey, is that one level of No Space where we could have had a bunch of ideas for it, but chose not to because, oh look, there's nothing here. It's No Space. Get it? Get it? Get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it. Believe it or not, this is one of the few levels in the game that actually has multiple pathways. Crazy, I know, right? Man, I thought I was just supposed to dash like a maniac as I mindlessly pressed the boost button towards the end of these levels. This level has cool rail grinding sections and pretty decent 3D platforming. There's a good amount of enemies throughout the level, but killing them the same way does get repetitive. But overall, I think this level is okay. Number 8, Mystic Jungle Aqua Road. For me, the general theme of this level can be summed up as a water park. Not like a good, fun water park like from other Sonic games, just more of like your basic average water park that you most likely won't ever return to again. However, Aqua Road is fine in its own way. With how strong the current of the water is and with enemies trying to shove you off, it really forces the player to proceed with caution as you ride down this water slide. While it could be executed much better, pretty much my general feelings towards this fucking game, it's alright for what it's trying to do. This level isn't too interesting in terms of platforming. I mean, once you get off the water slide, it just immediately gets boring. Once you get back on, you know, it immediately gets fun again. Yeah. Generally speaking, the whole water slide aspect of this level was enough for Aqua Road to slide its way on this list. Number 7, Metropolis Metropolitan Highway. We now move on to easily easily the best looking stage of this whole game. With how good this environment looks, it only frustrates me more how the devs didn't even try to come up with more original ideas for this game. But you know, we just had to have 8 Green Hill levels, didn't we? We just fucking had to have 8 Green Hill levels, didn't we? Shortly after the start of this level, the camera switches angles to show the vast scope of the city. While we're appreciating how beautiful this level looks, we then transition back into gameplay as we're diving down to the surface trying to avoid all these missiles. Someone give me some fucking butter, because damn, that transition was smooth. There are some turns in this level to where there are no walls to stop you from falling off. It's moments like this where I wish we had a proper drifting system, because that way these levels could actually have a bit of challenge to them, you know, timing your drift well enough to make sure you don't fall off. The 2D sections in this game are actually pretty cool. They have these cool little platforms that'll instantly move in whatever direction the arrows are facing once the player lands on them. Some of these platforms help you progress through the levels, while others just lead you to getting damage. I actually really like this because it forces the player to pay attention to where the platforms might lead them. Overall, I think Metropolitan Highway is a pretty decent level. Number 6, Eggman Empire Fortress versus Death Egg Robot. Oh look, another 3D Sonic game where you just copy and paste the final boss from Sonic Colors. Who needs originality? I mean, that's basically this game's motto, isn't it? Say it loud and proud with your chest up in the air. This game has 3 phases within the final boss, and even though the 3rd phase is completely unoriginal, I still enjoyed it. I think it's pretty neat how each playable character has their own section throughout this final boss. Wait, I mean, Sonic technically doesn't, but you get the point I'm trying to make here. Classic Sonic section is okay. I like how the rocks and lasers can destroy the platform he's on, making the player watch their step as they're attacking the robot. The custom character section is the most interesting phase, with the robot destroying the platforms, leaving little room to move around. As you struggle to get space, you're getting attacked by egg pawns, lasers, and missiles. And let me just say, the transition between the 2nd and 3rd phase of this boss just looks beautiful, with the Colors final boss trying to break out of the shell of its already beaten down robot it's in. The final phase is okay. It's more of what we've seen before in Sonic Colors and in Sonic Lost World. I do like how the final blow in the fight is all 3 playable characters doing a triple boost to defeat Eggman. That is, if you even feel like pressing the button. Hey, if the devs barely put any effort into this game, why should I put any effort into playing it? Number 5, Eggman Empire Fortress Final Judgment. Since it's related to the topic, I actually like the idea of the tag team mechanic in this game, and Final Judgment is easily the best tag team level within this game. I love the rolling spike wheels during the quick step section that can instantly kill you upon contact. And on top of that, Eggman robots shooting lasers at you, essentially adding a layer of difficulty that this game severely lacks in a lot of areas. Man, I just can't stop with these backhanded compliments. For example, this rail grinding section has electric properties to it. You have to switch to a rail where the electricity isn't active or you'll sustain damage. And in the final area of this level, you have to destroy these tubes while avoiding these lasers. Again, this is easily the best tag team level in this game. No sandwich making in this level, although I could really go for a Krabby Patty right now. Number 4, Sunset Heights. Not a single 2D section, as most fans thought while watching the revealed gameplay trailer of this game. Ah man, remember when we thought this was the first level in this whole game? Remember when we thought this game was in good hands? Do you remember those days? Ah man. Good times. Good times. The level starts with Sonic running through the city as it's being attacked by Eggman's robots. Multiple missiles hitting the buildings, with each one slightly shaking the screen as it's making impact. I really like small details like this because it really does get over the situation of what's going on within the story. As you progress through, you slightly see far in the distance one of Eggman's huge robots causing destruction, and resistant members trying to fight off the robots. It's a cool visual. The 2D sections in this level is okay, but the 3D sections are much better, with Sonic trying to run up an incline as he's trying to make it across to the other part of the city. Oh look, you can see Red Gate Bridge in the distance here, making both levels feel connected in some way. One thing that would have been really cool to add in this level, I mean add in this entire game really, is to add in some good old QTEs, you know? I mean, I don't know about these other Sonic tubers, but this guy right here loves his combination locks. Number 3, Metropolis Capital City. Did I mention already that this is the best looking environment in the whole game? I did? Oh well, this is the best looking environment in the whole game. And on top of that, This is the best custom hero level within the whole game as well. It starts with the custom character swinging into action like Peter Parker, going through and destroying some enemies. We then get this smooth close-up transition of Infinite randomly flying next to the custom hero as he uses his illusions to throw your game off. Infinite's illusions makes this whole level great. The giant Infinite Titans causing destruction as you're platforming through the city. Their designs are both cool and creepy. They sort of remind me of the giant hollows from Bleach. This level makes you defy all levels of gravity, playing it upside down, right side up the buildings, down the buildings, this down, all around, blah, blah, blah. It really does get over the theme of Infinite psychologically messing with your head. I like the lasers as well and where they're placed in the level. You really need to be on your toes as you progress through it. I would have at least added in like some sort of mini boss in this level as the cherry on top of this psychological bowl of ice cream. Number 2, Death Egg, Egg Gate, Egg. Much like Metropolis Capital City, this environment looks very cool. It makes me want to explore it in detail if I could, but you know, dash like a maniac. The theme of this level is nothing new to this series. Sonic running as fast as he can after escaping imprisonment. It's not original, but it's still a good mood to feel while playing a fast character like Sonic. This level has some good platforming, even in the 2D sections. It also has a few cool visuals. One of Sonic rail grinding in the foreground while we see the Earth in the background in its massive size, and the other of Sonic rail grinding towards the Death Egg as a bunch of Eggman ships are flying right past him. I love the latter more as it really does tell a good visual story within the shot. To top this level off, we get a cool cutscene of Sonic navigating one of Eggman's ships. I really wish we could have navigated these ships. What could have been? Number 1, Eggman Empire Fortress, Mortar Canyon. This level right here is very interesting to me in a lot of ways. For one, it's the only fully 3D level in this game. It's like the developers ran out of 2D sections to add in. Whoop, sorry son, I forgot to pick up more 2D sections as I was on my way to Walmart. It also has multiple pathways. Platforming in this level felt so much fun, honestly. It was well designed and I think it makes for a great speedrun level. I don't know why, but boosting on a downward slope feels so good. Mortar Canyon easily should have been the baseline for all the levels in Sonic Forces, and it is easily the best level in this entire game. Notice how I didn't mention a single standalone classic Sonic level in this game. Why the fuck was he in this game again? I'll be honest, trying to find some good levels within a nothing burger Sonic game like Sonic Forces wasn't easy. But as I was playing through each of these levels and underneath some of the lazy and boring level design was potential. In a different timeline where Sega actually cared about delivering the product that they were advertising, Sonic Forces could have been a pretty good game. The same could be easily said for another Sonic game that came out after Forces. It's such a shame because for all the criticism this game rightfully gets, there are some good bits within it. And even though we ended up getting a Sonic game that felt like Ed, and Eddie developed, we can look back at another flawed Sonic game and appreciate it for what it was trying to do. And while you're doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and play the best Sonic game that's came out since Sonic Mania. No, not Sonic Frontiers. This game is actually worth playing. Shadow. And with that, that was my top 10 levels in Sonic Forces. Did I leave anything out? Did any of your favorite levels get into this list? Tell me in the comment section below. Like, subscribe, and hit that bell if you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and have a nice day. Oh, and wish Sonic Forces a happy birthday. Do it. Do it. Do it.